Well, it turns out it really was quiet before the storm, because we didn't receive new vehicle information for quite some time from Wargaming, but now, just a couple days ago, I released an episode about K-91-2, Stalin's new toy, which is being tested on the supertest server, a Tier 8 Russian medium tank. Then, one day after that, I made an episode about Charlemagne, which turned out to be upcoming Tier 8 British premium heavy tank. According to the Vought Express, they already think it is going to be a premium vehicle. Where the K-91-2 ends up being, I don't know at the moment, but the Charlemagne definitely seems to be a bit more interesting vehicle compared to the K-91-2. 440 alpha damage. Player base is already calling it the new British Defender because of the alpha damage, 440 alpha damage, and at the same time kinda interesting hull armoring. How good that is going to end up being, well, we just have to wait and see. Only time will tell. But it is a bit weirder Defender, definitely going to be a bit weird 440 alpha damage gun because of the shell velocity, which is roughly 550 meters per second. So let's just say it is twice as slow as most of the shells in this game. So you're definitely going to see some hardcore golfing action in it if this vehicle ends up being as it is right now on the supertest server. We'll see. Right, but today I am going to talk about another Tier 8 vehicle which enters into the supertest, or which entered into the supertest yesterday, and this time it is from completely different nation once again, from Germany. Kampfpanzer 07RH. I think this RH might mean Rheinmetall, if I'm not mistaken. It is just my wild guess over here, but Kampfpanzer 07RH. Now the battle you're watching on the background right now is the big brother of the Kampfpanzer 07, Kampfpanzer 50T, which is a Tier 9 vehicle, and as soon as it came out, it basically became everyone's favorite Tier 9 medium tank in this game. It definitely is one of the best, if not the best, Tier 9 medium tank in World of Tanks right now, so I definitely recommend you to get your hands on it if you're able to get that for a fair price using bonds, or it was available in the ranked battle season as well in the previous season. But today, as mentioned, we are going to talk about the little brother 07RH, and let's see if you should be interested getting your hands on this vehicle. And let me tell you one thing right away, it is extremely interesting. Low alpha damage but high DPM for a Tier 8 with extremely good mobility. So let's dive into it. Wargaming is saying, thanks to its mobility, the Kampfpanzer 07RH can freely move around the battlefield, selecting the best positions for maximizing its high damage per minute. If needed, this vehicle can play as a scout, but it feels most comfortable in a supporting role where it can constantly deal damage and stave off the enemy. Exactly. Mobility is good. DPM is good, but the alpha damage is bad, so this vehicle really needs to drive into positions where it is able to use its DPM, but thanks to its mobility, it seems to be able to do that. Now, looking at the details, you can clearly see what I'm talking about. Let's start with the firepower, right? So it has 200 alpha damage with AP and heat rounds, and 320 with HE. That actually has really nice penetration for this type of gun, 90mm of penetration. Armor penetration for the AP, which is standard round, is 205, which is on the lower side. It is definitely something you cannot brag with. With premium heat, it is not the highest as well, 255. For example, some Tier 8 vehicles get like close to 300 premium penetration, but this vehicle not even close. Reload time is 5.5 seconds, so it has 5.5 second reload time for 200 alpha damage, which means you roughly fire 10.9 rounds per minute, which makes your DPM 2180. And to compare it to my yesterday's episode, which was about Manticore. Manticore's boosted DPM is roughly the same. Tier 10 light tanks, Manticore's boosted DPM is roughly the same as non-boosted Tier 8 Kampfpanzer 07RH DPM. So it is, I know, completely different vehicles, but due to their higher light tank, it's still funny to compare it to, right? Accuracy 0.37 is not the best, definitely not the best, but you can boost that down to 0.33, 0.32, depends on the equipment units you are using. But aiming time, oh boy, ladies and gentlemen, this aiming time is absolutely golden, on paper at least 1.5 seconds. Now let's only pray the soft hidden stats are not super bad. I mean, bloom after firing and dispersion on the movement and those stats which are not shown usually by wargaming but actually make or break the vehicle, which is weird why they don't show that. Still in the game we have to use third-party sites for stuff like that. But aiming time good, reload time good, accuracy is really not super good, but you can boost it to the moderate range at least. Turret cover speed is 50 degrees per second, gun elevation angles -9 degrees of gun depression and 15 degrees of gun elevation, and it has 50 shells. So your damage output, your maximum damage output is actually 10,000 damage with this gun if you use AP rounds, and if you hit and penetrate every single shot. It's actually, if you think about that, it is not super much. Most of the vehicles over here have more in this game, I would say so. But now mobility. Oh boy. 65 kilometers per hour top speed, and as it is a medium tank you can actually use turbo on it as well to get it even crazier. 25 moving backwards is also super good. 700 horsepower engine, giving it 23.3 horsepower per ton power to weight ratio, which is also excellent. Hull traverse speed 55 degrees per second is yet another thing which is excellent on the mobility. The only thing, once again, we cannot see over here are hidden stats, terrain resistance numbers, hopefully, and not super lacklustering, otherwise those numbers would have no value, right? Next up, let's talk about survivability. 1350 hit points, hull armor 115 in the front, 75 on the sides and 25 in the rear, so nothing special. And turret is made out of cheese, German cheese, 80, 60, 60. Very bad armoring, ladies and gentlemen. So kind of a glass cannon with a high DPM. View range 380 meters is good, very good actually. Signal range 750 who cares meters, and this vehicle is going to have 4 crew members, which is just beautiful. If it ends up being a premium vehicle, it has the same layout, loadout as on Leopard 1, for example, as on Leopard BTA, for example. So easily you are able to train your crew members in this vehicle, if it ends up being a premium vehicle. Right now we have no idea where this tank ends up being, or at least I don't. Shells, as I mentioned, AP, heat and AG with 90 millimeters of penetration, respectable. And this is the vehicle, ladies and gentlemen. First, early details. Characteristics are not final, everything is subject to change as well, just in case. Let's say it out loud, in case someone wants to sue us. Sue us. Let me know what you think about this one. Very interesting. Compared to K-91-2, like K-91-2, the more I see Charlemagne, the more I see this vehicle, I really couldn't give a damn about yet another Tier 8 vehicle in the Russian deck tree. Those two tanks are way more interesting than K-91-2. This one, high DPM, high mobility, accuracy is meh. I believe it is accuracy and penetration combination. From average plus players, you guys are definitely going to see a lot more heat spam in this tank, simply because of that RNG factor in it, and people usually justify using premium rounds, lowering the RNG effect in the game, which is actually, it is sad, but it is actually true. It is sad funny about the game, not about the players, but it is actually true, because if you just tap to 2 key, you can make RNG a bit less relevant, because you can penetrate more shots. It doesn't matter where your shells are going to hit in the aiming circle, right? So gun firepower is like, it has some good things, it has some bad things. Mobility, I can only see good things over here, and armor, I can see some bad things. Armor wise, yeah, nothing to brag with. View range good, So something to look forward to. Let me know what you think about that, beautiful people, in the comments down below. Where would you like to see this vehicle? Would you like to see this vehicle replacing Indian Panzer in the game? Well, that would be nice, right? As a Tech 3 vehicle, that would be very, very nice. But, well, I have played this game for way too long to hope for something like this. But Wargaming, you can always surprise me. Let me know what you think about that in the comments down below, where you can also find like button or dislike button, subscribe button, so you are not going to miss any new episodes about upcoming vehicles, about anything new, everything new about this game. Stay tuned. I try to keep you in the loop. I catch you next time with something else. You stay awesome, stay sexy, stay naked, take care, and bye.